All right, you're welcome back. In the next 87 days, Nigerians will troop out and choose their preferred candidates for various electoral positions.
Well, so it is game time for politicians who will make good use of the campaign season to cajole, entice, and convince, or maybe even confuse Nigerians on why their candidates are the best for the jobs.
Well, a lot of promises and plans will be reeled out to the eager ears of the electorate. But what issues will drive these campaigns? Will they be issues that address the myriad of challenges and problems faced by the Nigerian people? Or will they be empty promises from men who set out to enrich themselves?
That's a big question. That's really the big question. Many Nigerians would want issues of security, poverty, unemployment, healthcare, power, education, economy, and others tackled in the next dispensation.
Okay, as the 2019 election campaigns begin, there are concerns about the strategies adopted by different political parties and their candidates. Well, joining us to discuss the matter of issue-based campaigns is a lawyer and public affairs analyst, Jide Ologun. Good morning. It's good to
have you on
the
to
show.
See you.
Good morning.
Always. Okay, so here we are, issues-based campaigns. That's what a lot of people are expecting. Yes, starting, what is it?
Who still accepts that promise? Who still goes to vote for whoever without asking questions? The average Nigerian who is given 2,000 or given 5,000 to cook soup and he's comfortable and decides to, cast his vote for. Isn't that the main problem? That where we are now is not even the product of the politician who tells a lie or who doesn't do what he promised, but the Nigerian who is not able to hold him accountable and who is not sophisticated or enlightened enough to say no or say yes.
I put it to you that I may not blame the people.
All right. Why is that?
And I will ask you a question. What is the essence of leadership? By the grace of God, I did a study on the UAE. Sheikh Zayed took over from his brother. They started realizing it was like a marine economy that they had. And they suddenly discovered oil. And they knew the oil money may not be there forever. And this leader decided to massively develop the UAE. And that is the paradise you saw coming out of a desert that is now a beautiful bright to the whole world, attracting investments. You see, leadership, when the Israelites left Egypt, they were to cross the Red Sea. It was Moses in Exodus chapter 14 that stood before the Red Sea and told the children of God that the enemies, the Egyptians you see now, you will see them no more. He is the one that connected with heaven, and God instructed him. He parted the Red Sea. When they crossed, they needed water. He brought water out. We make excuses for leadership. Why will I go and campaign that I want to manage an office if I don't want to make life better?
So and it is intentional. In other words, the leaders should be visionary. The leader, like Martin Luther King said, I have been to the mountaintop. So the leader that you require in Nigeria is somebody who has a view of what the future should look like.
A leader who has the fear of God. Yeah. A leader who is informed.
Okay.
And now that you have mentioned leadership, I think leadership is made up of about 10 letters.
We'll come to that.
Before we go into the 10-letter thing, let's TVC Breakfast sampled the opinions of some Nigerians on the street to find out what the focus of political campaigns ahead of the 2019 general elections should be. Let's listen to them.
The spate of killing is alarming, so they would do well by talking more about the insecurity that we have in this country. And I'll also love that they discuss a matter regarding the economy, because most Nigerians are living, below the poverty level. The candidates that they speak more of matters regarding education also, because if you look at Nigerian education, it's nothing to write home about. That's why you see most students, trying to get out of the country to get better education elsewhere. So, and then I believe so much that it can develop and it can improve the level of education in the country.
They have to talk about how to tackle corruption from our society, and they also have to talk about how the name of Nigeria can be acceptable all over the world. You understand? And so also they have to talk about how the problems of Nigeria can be solved. Creating of jobs. They have to talk about how to create jobs. They have to talk about unemployment. You understand? Among the youth, even the elders too. And how we will have a surplus 3 square mil in Nigeria.
So I want them to give us good roads, electricity. Most important is electricity. Electricity is the most important. Good schools too. The classrooms, because there are some public schools that are bad.
You know, when you hear Nigerians speak as to what they expect, they are everyday things. They're not asking for too much.
You know, the problem is we've been talking forever. People have been talking.
Exactly.
It's time really to actually put action to the talking. I guess that's what Nigerians want to see.
The talking is like an expression of a baby crying. The hunger starts before the crying.
Yeah.
It is when the food is not made available that the baby begins to cry. And let's go back to our leadership and to address some of these key issues.
Yes.
The L stands for learning. You learn from the past, you learn from the present, you learn from outside the shores of your environment. For instance, I expected that when the president came back from the UK, we must upgrade our health facilities in this country. What have I learned there? Why is it that the nation that colonized us and left us over 50 years ago are still sustaining their own economy, and I can go there for a rescue experience? Why? Why? And how can I upgrade my own standard? The E stands for empowerment. You need to empower the people. What Lee Kuan Yew did in Singapore was to empower the people, empower the civil service, trained them, learned from around the world the best practice, and paid them well to avoid corruption. All right? And Sheikh Zayed did that also. Women educated for sustainable development. The A stands for action. Look at Donald Trump. Do you know how many people have been fired in this Donald Trump regime, whether you like him or not? You are working with that man in the White House, you are on your toes.
Yeah.
But here, even in the presence of serious allegations, you see how we drag, and
Nothing
eventually
happens.
things fizzle away. And the D stands for determination. If you are going into a position, you must be prepared for opposition. When Nehemiah came back to rebuild the wall of Jerusalem, he knew there would be opposition. He made plans for that he could achieve what he was set out to achieve. And he achieved
He wasn't
it.
distracted by opposition.
Exactly. And the E stands
by
for
Sanballat and
excellence.
And Tobias.
Excellence. You must be distinguished. Right now, the corruption fight that started very well, I was so impressed and everything. Look at how it has been punctuated. Let me isolate the case of Fayose. Fayose is being tried now for money collected from Dasuki. Obaniko Road that allegedly took the money to Fayose is, you know what I mean, walking freely for now. You see, you know, whatever you are doing, it has to be distinct. All right? And when you talk of the next one, which is responsibility, the R for responsibility, you take responsibility. Professor Jerry Gana said at the time, if you are in the assembly, assemble well. If you are wherever you are, there must be a goal for going into office. All right? And the S stands for strategy. Strategy is a long-term plan for success. Do we have a plan on the table in this country? How do we want to connect with the world? All the meetings we'll be having with China, US, Germany, everywhere, how can we harness it to move to the next level? Have we learned from the education template of South Korea? All right, strategy. And the H stands for help. Leadership should help the poor do better, those who are doing well do better, and those who are doing better to give their best. As we speak now, China has moved about 800 million citizens out of poverty.
Yeah.
Reducing the 40% population of poverty in the world to about 10%. All right? People Republic of China, focused on people. And you see that they are economically colonizing the world now.
Absolutely.
All right? And we now
Including
come
Africa.
to Yeah, you need to help the people. You
Yes.
can hear what people are asking for. Education, health, infrastructure,
Employment.
all right? And the I stands for influence. Your influence must be positive. I'm saying it. Let's assume that we continue the way we are now. If the governor of Benue State becomes the president of this nation and he decides to embark on vengeance, when will Nigeria develop? Your influence must be uniting, must create an enabling environment, which is the concept of our constitution. 3 basic obligations: protect lives and property, provide for the people, and create an enabling environment, which, by the way, we even attract investment. You see, some are pulling out of this economy. You see, so your
droves.
influence matters. Are you uniting the people? Are you dividing them? Are you intimidating? Are you, you know, all these are
Somebody
important.
once
And
said,
the-
you
the
know,
final-
you talked about the coat of
Yeah.
arms. You talk about that. He
Yeah.
said that there's a word that seems to be missing from our coat of arms, which is justice. That if we're able to maybe infuse justice into it and then allow justice to have its way, it doesn't matter whether the person is your brother or a distant cousin, then maybe Nigeria will begin to make
But
sense.
someone would also argue.
Justice is the end product of allowing what we have in our coat of arms. Where there is unity, people will have faith in the project. Where there is peace,
There'll
there
be
will be
progress.
progress.
Exactly.
And where you have unity, faith, peace, and progress,
There'll be
that means
justice.
there is justice.
Exactly.
You see, so it's critical. And please, let me anchor the issue of leadership.
Yes.
Excuse me.
Sorry.
Yeah, sorry.
The P stands for power. I pity Nigerian politicians. They wrestle for power, they lose their sleep because they are not doing the right thing. Care for the people, and the people will stand for you. You don't need to force your way. Mandela, if Mandela resurrects today and says he wants to be president of South Africa, in fact,
everybody,
even if he
overwhelmingly.
says he's not interested, they will go and invite the man. So can we learn? Can we learn that the whole essence of governance, of leadership, is to make life better for the people? That is why we are here in this studio. I'm not the one that designed this jacket. I'm wearing it because somebody decided to add value to cotton and to bring things together. So how are you bringing the resources of the country together? And I will suggest the critical problem we have in this country, I suspect, is that we are not united. We have regional issues. So instead of harnessing the resources to develop everywhere, we are competing. And I'm suggesting this morning, can we break it down? Because if you don't break your problems down, it will haunt you for a long time.
Absolutely.
Can the Southerners come together? Forget about South-South, forget about Southwest, forget about Southeast. The Northerners come together. Let's sit at the table.
But they've done
Let
that
it be,
before.
let it be a north-south.
Haven't they done that
A
before?
north-south
No,
discussion?
Where all
I
Nigerians came-
will prove my case.
Yes.
Okay.
I will
please.
prove my case. Right now, there is a carrot out there, poisoned carrot. Oh, presidency will go to Southeast in 2023. No, it will come to Southwest in 2023. Who is focusing on developing this country? Do we need presidency to come from one region? With the resources we have in this country, I have said it, Nigeria is not an oil field. Nigeria is a gas field. All the, whether you are talking about thermal, power generation, and all the energy mix, we have them in Nigeria. So what is happening? Some regions they are not comfortable. If this region is developed, we are threatened. Why do you feel threatened? If we feel threatened cohabiting together, then can we discuss maybe like a referendum? Every part of this country is blessed. We don't need to intimidate each other.
Absolutely.
And we quickly need to do that. Look at brilliant examples. United Kingdom, United States of America, United Arab Emirates.
Can we have
United
a united
Rwanda?
United
We can.
States of Nigeria?
We can
we are
ethnicity-
united already. We are one.
Ethnicity
It's a one country.
destroyed Rwanda. But right now, it's gone. And do you know, sir, do you know, man, that you need about $1,500 to watch gorillas in Rwanda? About $600 to watch it in Kenya. And we have more than gorillas who can come and watch it.
More than enough.
Recently, the prince came to this country and was afraid to go to Plateau State.
So what
Plateau
is
State, that
missing then?
our-
What is the missing link?
The
then?
missing link is that we are not united and we are pretending about it. You go into the structure, you go into the MDAs. We have resources in this country, but we lack resourcefulness. Let's be united. Let's discuss these issues.
So in all of the resources we have, the human resource that we have is the big challenge, is the bigger challenge here.
Yeah, I agree with
because
you.
Because the human resource is the most important of all resources. But if it is wrong,
yeah,
if
they are the
if it's
ones
applied
responsible
wrongly,
for uniting us. And let's explain. I don't like making excuses for leadership.
Okay.
When I'm in a position of leadership, I take responsibility. You see, the concept of democracy started in Athens in Greece, which means government of the people, for the people,
and by the people.
and by the people. And as communities were growing, it became representative. All of us cannot come together to decide. So if I have played my own role at the primary level to say, go and represent me, and you send your own people, and we are able to put together 109 senators, 360 House of Reps members, we have the MDAs, we have the presidents, we have all these agencies, then we should expect that they are going to get things done. I cannot go and make laws in the National Assembly. I cannot go and execute laws that are made. I am giving my own support. One of my own support is coming out to tell us some examples around the world where the right things have been done.
Templates that
Chief
we can
Olusegun
actually
Obasanjo approached
use.
Lee Kuan Yew of Singapore. That how did you achieve this? The man told him, we decided to do the right thing, and we continue to do the right things. So if we look at, and one critical issue I'm dropping on the table this morning, are we really united? If you read Psalms 133, you know, God says in Psalms 133 that, behold, how blessed and pleasant it is
When brothers
when brothers dwell together in unity. If we don't definitely deal with the issue of unity in this country, we'll just be rotating and resources will be wasted.
The question is, do we even see ourselves as brothers to
Exactly.
start with?
Resources will be wasted.
the truth is, we see each other as brothers and sisters. It is only when it is politics and some persons feel that that unity, they can divide it and have
To
their
their
way.
own,
Because
yeah,
when we go to the market, you don't
advantage.
ask questions. Who is Hausa? Who is Yoruba? Who is Igbo?
So,
You
and
go,
that
you
is
buy your
why
thing.
we are placing
Yeah,
a
so-
demand on leadership.
Okay.
It's all about leadership.
Still
All right,
goes
we
back
have to leave you here now. Jide Ologun, thank you so
Thank
much
you
for
so much.
Thank
coming
you.
on the program this morning.
God bless
Thank
Nigeria.
you. God bless Nigeria. Rigo.